Hi guys, this is your host talking, and I'm just gonna go over today's news. This is totally random. I'm not even having a script, just me going over what's happening because I don't know. I don't know what to do. Just had this idea. All right, so what do you got here for today's beautiful news? We have an international news and we have of course, country news. So we have this incident happening, very grave incident. One makes you worried. What's happening to our beautiful country? So we have an explosion happening in a Hyundai i20 car, and 8 people have died. And that's a big number. I don't think we have had this terrorist incident in last. I believe the last one was in Kashmir. So this is very serious. I'm not even aware of much of these, but I think that was the last incident. And when you think about these, we should have learned and try to have a solution. But as of now, I'm just going to go over to the nature of this incident and where it occurred. I believe I read that it is near a metro station, and it was some time around 7:30 maybe. That's very peak time to like people rush towards home, and it's very peak time of shopping. So you have rush hour at the metro, of course, and then you have rush for the usual daily. And then this thing happened around the parking lot. So it was planted, and as of now, I don't think there's much information on what's caused it, except for the fact that we can't expect what caused it, because it's a pattern. It's repeating itself, and I don't want to play this video, but as you can see, this is horrific. Cost 8 lives, 8 dearly lives of people who are just minding their own business, their own life, their own way of living, and all of a sudden, all of this came to an end. We don't know if there's a father going to get something for their family. Could be a husband coming from work to their child, to their wife, or it was just, let's say, delivery guy, or it could be Uber guy, since it is a parking lot, a bunch of. And the intensity of this event is described by the witness. I believe I heard that the bonnet of some car flew over maybe 20 meters, and so it must be really big. So if we can just think that how much could that damage to a person. So even 24 is a lot of people to have an injury. God bless their soul, to have perished to this heinous crime. So again, this is just one of the incidents, and this is, I believe, is not just dent to our security. It's just this is a failure not happening on the this is my personal opinion. So this is a failure not happening on just the government level. It's happened on all level. How could have we reached this point where it becomes a norm to hear such incident right in the heart of our capital, or heart of our country? And a lot of steps could have been taken at at the top level. But they didn't take people are allowed to go uncushioned, if there's such words. They could park their vehicle in maybe such important place as metro. So there's lapse of security on all level, and there's very important lapse of security is that we don't see the obvious danger. We're too blinded by the daily work, we're too blinded by the little gimmicks that we are given to play with, and then we don't see the very grave danger that's ahead of us. And this is what worries me. I'm sure the whole television network is trying to put everybody to an alarming position more than it's possible, more than it is or less. But I can't help thinking that how is one of the most important, like one of the most concerning point is just to let go. To like in a week or so, we'll forget about this, and then we'll go on our daily lives living. And then another news comes maybe 2-3 months later that we have another incident, and so it keeps going on. And I think there's a point of no return when it will cause a problem to the daily lives. It will touch individual lives. It will touch my life. As of now, it's not, but this is a situation, a very real situation. No matter which analyst, which professional is going to tell you, but this is going to be difficult to handle. So far, it's limited to big cities. So we'll have all these security situations happening, trying to assess the failure, but we're not assessing the failure that's happening at the core of this problem. It's the same human potential life that could have continued living another 50 years, whatever the life they have left. And it's cut short by these creatures, not even human. I wouldn't consider them. They're monster. It's sad. It's as much as trying to picture it into a word, it won't be enough. And I remember reading it somewhere that this incident where you have these beautiful people being captured with 1,000 kg of, or 900 kg of ammonium nitrate. I believe that's being used to make anything. Being used to make a bomb. So glad that our security caught them, but I believe it's difficult. It's when you have so many people trying to go nuclear. It's very difficult to catch them. You don't know what's going on in each head. So probably these were caught because they got tipped off by CIA or American institution. They probably looked up how to make bombs. So that I think is the reason that these are even caught. And they're foolish. I think. I'm sure they'll be getting caught. It's still a ticking time bomb. This is going to get worse if we don't control them. Don't control the situations, and controlling the situations come with the very catch of controlling the obvious, the expand of And I doubt that there's hardly anyone talking about this. How is this whole situation is cultivating and transforming into such big news? The core of the problem. So yeah, you have all this gimmicks going on. So I'll just go through other news. This is one of them that's touched me. And zero in there. Okay, let's go to our daily page. So we have election phase 2. Who are we paying martyrdom for? He said, alright, let's check what's happening globally. Oh, we have a spike in air pollution. That's no doubt, that's a problem. That's a big problem. If I check, I don't have to check, I know it's the equi in my place. I think it's around somewhere spikes between 150 or 200, and it goes worse to 50. So it's a long list of problems. It's this, it's that. So I'm glad people are waking up. But I don't like the backing of, I don't know, the backing of, who's backing this? Rahul Gandhi. So our beloved Rahul Gandhi is backing this, so it might cause the situation to feel lighter. Yeah, he shouldn't have get involved. I mean, he's trying to stay relevant. Because, of course, if he would have been in the top place, would we have any better quality affair? No, it won't. So don't fall for this guy. But we do have a core problem. That's still true. Our air is hazardous. It's polluted. It's up to the point where if you open your eyes for outside for, let's say, 2-3 hours, it's going to give you the burning sensation in there. I could just hope and wish for all the parties involved and come up with a solution to save us, because I don't think there's a more cause of death in our country other than the pollution itself. It's the highest cause, I think. If I look it up, cardiovascular disease, the heart stroke, and the respiratory disease. So yeah, these two are very much be affected by the air pollution. Where is the... So yeah, Delhi has its own problem, because there's a time where the crops are born, and then you have timings getting matched with Diwali. But I don't think Diwali is a major concern. It's probably with the crops burning in the north, Punjab side or Haryana. But at the same time, people are realizing that they want to contribute less to the pollution. But that's fine if somebody wants to have fun, Diwali, that's also fine. And talking about the firecrackers, I could hear one in my background. I believe that's from a marriage. Again, I have every respect for BJP that it will do something good, but I don't think it will happen anytime soon because this problem is more complex than the other problems. You cannot eradicate pollution without tackling the real issue at the center. And it's not just the gases are these polluted gases coming from not just vehicles, it's a bunch of factors. You have to have a lot of regulations. You have to have vehicles on the road that's going over 15 years. You still, like, one of my neighbors still have this vehicle beyond 15 years. So it's like that. There will be a lot of people using that. Then you have constructions contributing, bad construction and open constructions, adding to the pollution. There's more. Of course, there's crop burning, and you cannot have electric vehicles all of a sudden. You cannot have that. Everybody should be able to afford it. And of course, real electricity are still getting generated from coal. So there are several factors. You need to have a nuclear power source, one of the most cleanest power source. Even green energy is fine, but they're also kind of not reliable, as you saw in the news about the Spain having their voltage tripped and cut powers to the whole country for 2-3 days, maybe 2 days. So it's not gonna work in our case because we have a very high, and Spain didn't have the heat spike which we get, the heat wave. So in our case, that is not even going to be worse if we move to green energy. Other than, of course, I'm talking maybe solar panels could be a better choice, but not totally going to rely on that. Maybe individual houses can have that. So there's a long list of problems that need to be tackled first. Then comes to this core problem, the biggest problem, the face of the problem. And I'm sure I hope they do something, because the way I see it, and there's no solution coming to it. No matter whoever gets there, I don't want people to get blinded by that. This going to be a good choice to solve our problems. No, it's just the better of the two devils, as I would say. And I would love to have them as a better devil, because Congress is just plain stupid. All they're going to do is gobble up the money. And what do we have here? Climate refugee. This is a very real thing. This might happen sooner as India is getting warmer. It's getting more of climate-induced changes in whole Southeast Asia. It's not even just India. It's Pakistan. It's Bangladesh. So we'll have a climate-induced catastrophe awaiting for us, maybe 2030, because we are more affected by the weather change than the other places. So that's a real problem. I'm glad somebody is thinking through this and able to go out, because I don't go out, so I have respect for the people who goes out to fight for this change. And I just wish that my voices could help more people to inspire and do more from their chair instead of going out, because the people responsible in the chair is, if my voice reaches them, that would be my contribution to my little contribution. Going back to the actual news, if you got anything more. I'm sorry if my voice doesn't sound any better. It's It's just I have a bad mic and yeah, all the bad things. Let's see if I can fall back. Yeah, we have this other news where it shows how power exceeds power and money, of course. Money comes second, power comes first. That you don't get anything if you have them, no matter which place you are, no matter which place. India, France. Because again, this is a battle between common person and the person with power and money. How this corrupt president, former president, was able to escape charges with. I heard that he would have a very bad sentencing and like he won't be getting out. But then, I mean, he was sentenced on recent, and then I hear that he's out already. So how was he able to get out though? I'm sure he'll make it out even with pending appeals, because that's how the justice is. And going back to the other news, where we have, oh, I know this guy, former New York Mayor Giuliani. Oh, this is just a precedent which was set by the previous government to pardon your aides and other helping. So Trump did as I don't think that should be in news, except the others did that as well. This is just a hypocrite title. And it was going to happen. It's not it's surprising to anyone. I think that's all news. Okay, nobody's watching. That's okay. I don't think I'll have many viewers because I'm having this conversation and whole setup in English, and the majority of people who speaks Hindi. But that's the path I've chosen. I chose. Yeah, all these. So I'd like to move back to the Twitter. See if you can find anything trending. I'm not very enthusiastic. I can't give you headlines about the movies. So we have what? 68 lakh kg fake words. So they were able to supply this thing. So what? This fake key went to people's inside. Are you serious? This is. Am I reading it right? And then what you have, skin doctor is mentioning one organization that can completely, well, they all, I think this was a previous allegation about the
मेरा बस हल्का सा ग्रीन टिंटेड है। हाँ। और ये रूम ये तो बहुत अलग है मेरे से। बहुत अलग क्या है मतलब